Hello, my name is Alexandria Strader, and this is my presentation for my final project. Just going to give you a quick rundown. Here is the index page for my JavaScript version. We just have like a character name input, character class, and an enemy box down here. And then here, see, it'll display in the console. And you can choose what your enemy is and then choose an attack afterwards, and then it'll display your health, the enemy's health, and then it'll tell you to make your next attack, and then you can choose another attack on here if you want to, or you can use the same one. Just click attack again, and as you see, the enemy's health is going down, and so is mine. And then we'll just attack one more time, and I'm at 0, so the enemy happened to kill me before I actually attacked, unfortunately. So then we can just let's see, I just put a little image here just for stylistic purposes. Let's change to a werewolf real quick. All right, we'll click fight. Just hit it with the quarterstaff, and oh, it actually killed me on the first try. If I click my load button here, you'll see that it'll load my name and my class, and then I can clear it, of course. So here's the JavaScript version. I created an object array for the weapons and the enemies, and I also based the weapons off of the health for each class, so that way it actually changes depending on which class you choose is the weapons that you can use. And here's just to change the weapon, and that'll input it in the select box which weapon you want, depending on, once again, the class you chose. Here's the character class, just has the name, the class, and the health points, my getter and setters. And this is the enemy class, where it just has the name, the health points, the attack, and the modifier. So based off of the difficulty level, it'll maybe do like 1 or 2 extra points of damage. And then right here we have the boss attack, which basically takes a random number up to the max attack that it can do, and then you add the modifier to it, and then the number that we get would return back as the damage from the attack. Then I have my weapon parent class that just has the name of the weapon and the attack it does, and it just says you are attacking. And then here has how you get the attack, the random number between the max attack. And then I have the subclasses, which kind of just add flavor to the show attack. So here is where you create the character. So it'll take all the information from the input and add it to the new character that was created above. And then we have the create weapon, and it does the same thing based off the class you choose is which weapon it'll make. Just add the name and the attack to it. And then here's the make attack. So if the boss is equal to 0, the health, then it'll say, choose a new enemy. If it's not, then it'll create the weapon. Then it'll get the attack from the weapon, subtract it from the boss's health. Then the boss will make an attack. And then the boss will, deal the damage to you. And it'll display make your next attack if you still have health. But if not, if you are at 0 health, it'll say that the boss has killed you. And if the boss is at 0 health, then it'll say you have died. And it just displays, how you saw earlier, your health and the enemy's health, as well as the following text, like if you died, you killed it, or to make your next attack. Here's how we create the new enemy. Based off of what they chose in the select box, it'll spawn the enemy, and then just add the values onto the enemy class. And then the show enemy, this is just a style function to display images based off of which enemy was chosen. Now here's my local storage, so it'll save the character, and then how I push the load button, and it'll display the information that was saved into the into the text boxes. And here's just a commented out version of like the weapons and what damage they do. So let's move on to the C# version. This one was a little bit rushed, unfortunately, so I didn't get to do as much as I did with the JavaScript, but we'll just run it real quick. Here it goes. So you're just gonna type in a character name, and do Terra, and we will choose Ranger for this one. And then you choose your enemy. It's the same enemies here. So you choose. Here, instead of being able to choose a different attack each time, whatever you choose will be the same attack throughout. So let's just go with that choice right there and see. It attacks, my health is 4, the enemy health is 15, and then I attack again, and I died. So that was pretty quick. That was a quick fight. I didn't want to give him too much health points, just something to show how it works. Let's go ahead and do this one more time. We'll run it Terra. This time we'll choose a Barbarian because they're a bit stronger, and Cockatrices are a bit weaker. And let's use the Greatsword. So just go ahead there and see how this time, my health 13, enemy 7, next time 10 and 5, 7 and 1, 4 and 0, and I have defeated the Cockatrice. So I ended up using a dictionary to define the weapon types based off of the class again, same thing, and I used a list for the enemies, and I converted the numbers or the strings into integers to create the new enemy. Let's see. And here's my weapon class, and it has like the subclasses, range, melee, spell, similar to the JavaScript. And let's pull up my character class, same thing, name, classes, health points, and once again enemies. It basically has the same function as the JavaScript, just a little bit more simplistic, and of course in the C# language. So that is my final project.